Thanks for clicking on my video. Today, a little different. We're going to do an installation video for this Wonderdriver roof rack for a 2020 Ford Escape. Got a couple pieces here. Got the railing, the two rails right here, and the feet, I'll call them. Not sure what they're technically called right now, but this is an unboxing and installation, so we're going to see how this goes. All right, and we're back here. So we got parts that are labeled right side and L for left side here. Tools for installation right here. And of course the rails right here. Of course your lovely installation manual right here. Pretty straightforward. Assemble the pieces and attach them to the car. But before that, you also want to make sure your vehicle, these roof guides right here. If your vehicle does not have this, these will be flat basically. They won't be there at all obviously, but you'll need these before you can do anything. So make sure your vehicle has these roof rails before you actually buy the product. Gotta take these out apparently. Don't tighten them down completely because you may need to adjust them in a minute. All right, so you can see right here, there's arrows pointing to which way it goes forward with these clamps here. So arrow going that way. It slides in only one way in here, so the thicker side's over here, thinner side's back here basically. For the instructions here, we take off the side part, we unlock it. We're gonna tighten these down once we get things clamped onto the top of the roof here. All right, as you can see, it is on the roof here. You gotta push back pretty far here from the curve. Make sure this sits in nicely here. Also, for those keen-eyed people, I didn't mention there's little eye hooks right here that you can use whatever hook mechanism is to tie the item down right here. So that's a plus. I don't see that on some of these roof racks. Instructions show you want the bar, first bar here, just past or at the break in the doors right here. Now from here, you're gonna go underneath and tighten down the eye bolts here that control the length of this. So we're going to tighten those down here. One sec. All right, almost done here. Get this one make sure, not sure if you can see that well, but this thing right here, I'm going to make sure it's clamped into this groove right here so it's nice and secure. Might need to loosen these nuts up a little bit here. All right, now that we've got these bolts on the bottom here all tightened up, now we need to tighten these parts down to really clamp it down to here. And these are adjustable too, so you can move them around and whatnot. We're going to tighten all 8 of these nuts down on this part right here. All right, so for these, you're going to want to tighten these down with your fingers first. So just finger tight right there. And if you think the bolt's too long for the tool, they actually have a recessed hole in here and on this side, so it goes right in without having an issue. Right through the hole right there. Tighten it down a few times here. All right, as you can see, these are installed nicely now. Last part is to install little covers on here. Not too big a deal, just put them on there and use the key to lock them down. This little blue plastic here will come off here. Also, I didn't notice before, but in the mechanism here, it does kind of close up right here, so it kind of keeps water and dust and grime out of there. Just lock this on right here. Just press this on nicely. It clicks on there. Turn vertical. That's locked into place now. All right, fully installed here. They are very solid here. Again, highlighting and pretty easy to install in general. Everything locks in nicely here. This is very solid actually. And the eye hooks right there for hooking items down with your bungee cords. You get 2 keys here. Again, like I said, this little closing or cover mechanism inside here so debris that does not get in here. But overall, pretty easy to install in my opinion. All right, thanks for watching my video.